everyone and welcome back to Googie's Kitchen, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis and today I want to show you how to make my delicious sweet and slightly spicy orange vegetable soup. Now this recipe is really easy to do. It's one of those midweek meals that you can make at the weekend and put in the freezer, and then you can just pull it out on the day you want to eat it, cook it and then serve it, and it's that simple. It's really easy to prepare as well. It's only got a few ingredients but it's full of flavour too, and it's a really lovely one to have on a cold winter's day like today as well. It's absolutely freezing outside, so I'm really looking forward to this for my dinner to warm me up. And it's also a good one because I've actually got an appointment this afternoon with my son, so I'm going to make it now and then I'm going to heat it up later. So I thought I'd share it with you today. So here is how to make my sweet and slightly spicy orange vegetable soup. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to preheat my oven to 180 degrees. So the first thing I'm going to do is make my sort of sweet and spicy sauce for this. So for this I have 1 inch piece of ginger peeled, and then I have 2 garlic cloves peeled as well, and then I have 2 stalks of dried lemongrass as well, and then in this bowl I have 1 teaspoon of mild chili powder. Now in the original recipe I did put half to a whole chili in it, but I did find it was slightly too spicy for my son, so I'm using chili powder today and I'm going to see how we get on. But yes, if you want to make it a bit spicier then by all means please use a chili. So I'm going to add all of these ingredients to my NutriBullet, and then I'm also going to add about 500 ml of coconut drink as well. You can use coconut milk if you want to. I actually prefer the taste and the texture of coconut drink, and it's slightly fewer calories as well. Not that I calorie count, but just in case there is anybody out there who does, then it is fewer calories I think. So I'm just going to add all of these ingredients into the NutriBullet cup, and now I'm going to blend these ingredients together. So I've blended all of these ingredients together until they're smooth, and now I'm just going to set this aside. Right. So my oven has preheated, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my vegetables to a baking tray that has also been preheating in the oven. You don't need to preheat it, but I do find that the vegetables are a bit more tender when you do preheat the baking tray. So now I'm going to add these to the baking tray, and what I've got here is 1 butternut squash peeled and chopped into cubes. So the cubes probably need to be like about 1 centimetre big. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. They can be as big or as little as you want because you're going to blend it all up at the end anyway. If you're not going to blend it then please make them smaller, but if you're going to blend this soup then make them a bit smaller because it's easier to blend then. And then I've also got some carrots here as well, so I've peeled and chopped 1 carrot, and I have 1 red onion peeled and sliced as well, so I'm going to add that in. And I'm also going to add in, I think this is 2 tins of butter beans, 400 grams each. So I'm going to add about 800 grams of butter beans in, and the butter beans, please add those in because they make it so smooth and creamy. It's delicious with butter bean in. I use butter beans in a lot of my soups and they make them really thick and creamy when you use them. So, and then I'm also going to add in the slightly spicy sauce that I made earlier, and I'm just going to pour this over the top, and then I'm going to mix all of these ingredients together so they're all well mixed into the sauce and covered in the sauce as well. Make sure everything is covered in the sauce, I'd say, as much as you can. And then I'm going to add a little bit of pepper as well because this is already quite spicy, and I'm also going to add in a pinch of salt too. So I'll just add in my pinch of salt. Obviously do the salt and pepper to your taste. As I'm serving this to Ted, I don't want it too spicy, so that's why I've only done a little bit of pepper, but you can have as much or as little as you like. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. So I've left this to cook for a good 35 minutes now, and as you can see, the vegetables are really lovely and golden brown in here, and there's a lot of liquid as well, which is great. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave this to cool for a good hour or so. I've actually left this to cool for a good hour, but I'm thinking if you wanted to leave it for half an hour or so, then you could as well. So now what I'm going to do, I like to blend this. You can eat it like this if you want to, with like a piece of bread or something, but my husband and son are a bit quite fussy eaters sometimes, so I like to blend it and then they don't really know what's in it. So I'm just going to put this into my NutriBullet cup, and what I found with this is if you do it in the NutriBullet, you do have to do it in like 2 or 3 stages as well. So I like to fill it as far as I can and add some juice as well. Just put that down and I'll add some juice to the bottom of that as well. And then I like to blend this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it in a saucepan on the hob for later. So I'm just going to blend this part first. I've blended that until it's smooth, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this into a saucepan so that later on I can heat this back up and we can have it for dinner this evening. And I'm just going to repeat the process with the rest of the ingredients in the baking tray now. So this is my sweet but slightly spicy orange vegetable soup done, and I did have to add a little bit of extra liquid the last time I blended as well. It was quite thick, so I added a bit of extra liquid to this as well. So if you want to add extra milk, then please do. As I mentioned earlier, I use coconut drink, but you can use any type of milk you like for this dish. If you haven't got coconut drink, you can use oat drink, or you can use ordinary cow's milk if you want to as well. This is a vegan dish, so obviously don't serve it to a vegan if you're going to use cow's milk. But yes, this is all ready to go. So all I'm going to do when I get home is just simply heat this up. And I'm going to serve this for my husband and son, some cheesy toast that I will make later. And I'm also going to make some chickpea flour wraps for myself later, and if you would like to see a video on how to make my chickpea flour wraps, then let me know in the comments below. But that is my sweet but slightly spicy orange vegetable soup done. So that's how you make my sweet but slightly spicy orange vegetable soup, and that recipe is on my blog googie'skitchenlife.com, and I will link that in the description box below for you, and I'll also link the recipe in the description box below too. There are over 600 recipes on my blog just like this one and loads more, so please go check that out if you like this recipe and you want more. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.